Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report. We have Charles Firth, Andrew Hansen and me, Dom Knight. And Andrew, you've got some breaking, exciting drink news to share with us.
Well, I do, Dommy. I mean, I don't know if I should say that that it's my news personally. I discovered it on the wonderfulnews.com.au, who have a absolutely thrilling article and a very balanced take on the on this new Sprite drink.
Can I guess that they are supportive of this new innovation in Australian food?
Well, let's just see. I mean, I'll take you through, some of their reporting. Let's describe the beverage first. The news.com.au tell us it's actually two new drinks. And they're called Sprite Lemon Plus and Sprite Lemon Plus Zero Sugar.
Oh.
And they feature a stronger lemon taste than the traditional lemon and lime combination of standard Sprite. But, says news.com.au, the drinks also feature something else never before seen in Sprite, which is, can you guess what that is, Charles?
Is it, is it a new colour? It'll be a new colour. It'll be plus. It'll be
special
the colour black. I bet you it's the colour black.
Black
Oh, that's
Sprite.
not a bad guess. That would be great. I would drink a black Sprite, actually. No. It's caffeine. It's caffeine.
Okay.
This is caffeinated Sprite.
Oh, how revolutionary, because the Coca-Cola company, which makes Sprite, quite well known for caffeine in other drinks, but Sprite was just a glaring mistake in their lineup as an uncaffeinated drink.
Well, they haven't done it before, Dommy. I mean, you might think, is this a good idea? Is this going to be healthy? Well, look, news.com.au have spoken to Coca-Cola's marketing director, Kate Miller, who said, and I quote, Sprite has always been clear with its position as a brand that refreshes people.
So
there you go.
Who's doing this journalism? Is this Kate McClimate who's doing this journalism?
Yeah, well, hang on. Don't criticise, because they drilled into this marketing director and they gave her a grilling, and she had more to say. And look, she sounds a bit defensive, if you ask me, but the marketing director did say defensively, with the introduction of our latest innovation, Sprite Lemon Plus, we are taking refreshment to the next level.
Yes.
Unquote.
She's on the back foot.
So there you go. She really is. I know she's in a corner.
I had this sort of gotcha journalism, frankly.
Yeah, this is just just throwing the cat amongst the pigeons for me, because to me, Sprite's clear and the lemon one is Lift. It's the yellow one. I've seen this stuff in the shops, and it's the same colour as Lift. What are they doing to Lift? All the years Lift has been there for them, faithfully supplying lemon, sweet, sugary, whatever, and now they're just undermining it with Sprite. Sprite's supposed to be clear.
It's pretty outrageous, because it is a yellow. It's a yellow liquid.
I think they're not going after the Lift market.
Yeah, it's kind of
they're avoiding the Lift market and going straight to the solo market. That's what's happening.
Oh,
is that the? You think that's what? Well, but what about the caffeine story though? How do you account for that?
Well, that's just to make it more addictive. That's obvious.
Well, well, maybe more foods. I got to thinking maybe other foods.
Oh, yes.
Should probably have caffeine in them as well. I mean,
my kids don't eat asparagus at all.
Right.
And I feel like
mine neither.
If we put caffeine in them and got them hooked on the caffeinated asparagus, they'd demand it, lest they get a caffeine headache.
you could call it smart asparagus.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a brilliant idea. I mean, yeah.
I
bet if you want to start the day with something caffeinated, though, don't you? So I thought maybe breakfast foods, like caffeinated eggs. What about eggs? I'm pretty sure you could
Eggs
farmers
plus
could achieve this. Eggs plus, if they just gave the chooks, say,
that would
an
work.
espresso
That would work.
hour or two.
They'd probably lay faster too, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and they wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yes, they'd be pumping out eggs
their
in a
productivity.
fury.
Their short life.
And their stress would be great.
Just nervously laying eggs all day.
I've been troubled thinking about this for years. There's this whole debate about do you put fluoride in water for our health? How have we not added caffeine to tap water?
Just to the tap.
It's
Just
a
have it
terrible
get it on
mistake.
tap.
I mean, surely caffeine's far more valuable than fluoride. Fluoride didn't make anyone concentrate better
Yes.
and smarter
Yes.
and get more energy.
I think that's a brilliant idea, Dommy. Just
Caffeine
get it
from the tap.
And then Coca-Cola Company, which runs Sprite, could release a decaffeinated version of Sprite Plus to sell for people who don't want to have the caffeine. They've got
Sprite
in their water.
minus.
Oh, that's brilliant. You could have decaf versions of everything, couldn't you? You could have decaf eggs.
Decaf asparagus. Yes.
Insist on decaf asparagus at the cafe.
And it'd be a great
I'm
way.
being healthy.
We could charge for water.
Yes,
Decaf
yes,
water would
that'd
cost
be-
money.
Yes, it'd be twice as much for a
It'd
decaf
be
water.
known as a sleep
Yeah.
supplement, wouldn't it?
I think that's good.
You'd have it just before, bedtime.
I mean, there are other stuff. I mean, I wonder why we stop at caffeine, actually, guys. I mean, surely there are some other additives Sprite could use to make the beverage.
You
more
mean, do you
appealing,
think
I
something like fentanyl or something? I mean, that's more addictive.
Well,
It's
yes.
more addictive than
Yes,
uh,
exactly.
Opioid.
Caffeine.
Yeah.
Opioids
Well, this is the
or
thing.
rum.
Or-
You've always served these sorts of drinks with ice, right? With cubes of ice. Why not put the drug ice
Well, why not
In.
Sprite plus
plus ice?
Put it with ice, featuring ice.
Right, with the drug
I
ice.
think this is a great
or with
idea.
With the drug ice to put some extra fizz in your step.
That's probably more the vibe than fentanyl.
I wonder if you could cause harm to others with these drinks. I mean, like these are you're
Sprite
listing
rage
things for
you
pleasure.
could have.
It's not always about pleasure, What about Sprite arsenic? Which Russians could use to sort of get rid of their political opponents.
Well, or just
I think there's something to be said for
Sprite
for that.
razor blades. Just literally put razor blades.
It's full of razor blade. It's just a drink full of razor blade.
And then you can release the derasinated version of the drink. If you don't want to cate your
which
mouth
costs
open.
more. That's very good. It must be genuinely hard for the Coca-Cola company to come up with new flavour combinations.
Yeah.
It was probably spent years formulating. Well, we've already got a lemon drink.
Yeah.
Let's have another lemon drink that's basically the same under a different brand that has caffeine. Like they've already got 6 different kinds of Coke.
Yeah, do you think the
Now.
Coca-Cola board were a bit underwhelmed by the presentation when they went, we've come up with this new formula. It's Sprite, but it's lemony. And they go, but Sprite's already lemony. But this is slightly more lemony.
It's Lift. It's Lift that's
Wow.
called Sprite. Yeah, Lift called Sprite
Rush
without
that
caffeine.
out to the door. Give him a promotion. He's going places. He decided to make Sprite slightly more lemony.
Lemony Sprite.
Well, Charles, you're in America. Surely you can track down the next evolution of this. I mean, presumably they've had Smart Sprite Lemon Plus
You don't
caffeine
really see
for years
well,
there.
certainly in LA, there is a wall of just drinks that I don't recognise. Like just hundreds and hundreds of brands
Oh, really?
of water. It's just incredible.
So-
Well, this one,
Are
the
any of
one
them
that I'm
lemony?
drinking at the moment is called Boobly, which I think is a terrible name. I think it's supposed to be bubbly, but it's
Boobly?
just B-U-B.
Boobly. It's almost like they wanted to name it after Michael Bublé and they couldn't afford it. It's bubbly with only one B.
Yeah,
And
and they all have.
Is it
it's
all? Is it really all
but
sparkling
that's
water over
basically
there?
The only thing you can buy. There, and you're right. Kombucha also. Kombucha's caffeinated.
Oh.
So Kombucha Plus, which will be a lemony version of kombucha.
The Chaser Report. News you can't trust.
When we talked about the inevitable decline of late capitalism, I didn't realise it would be expressed primarily through drinks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In this way.
Well, I think
we're
we're
out
here.
of ideas.
This is the point we're at, Tommy. This is the point we're at. But we're not really out of idea. Like Charles said, I mean, he made a slightly lemonier version of Sprite, some genius. I suspect maybe that's where we're headed with kombucha. It's like, congratulations, you've released a slightly more kombucha-flavoured version of kombucha.
How have they not invented a double shot version of Coke? Like, how is there not Coca-Cola Plus with double the caffeine?
Double caffeine. I've got a fact for you, actually, Dommy, if you're into that. The most caffeinated drink on Earth.
Oh.
The most caffeine per litre. And maybe you should try this while you're in the States, Charles. It's a drink called Red Line
okay.
Extreme.
Red light extreme.
Yeah, it's got more than double the caffeine of
Oh.
homebrewed coffee per
Okay.
litre.
And so,
So, perhaps for a
okay,
future
I'll
episode,
hunt
we
that down,
try out the
and
Red Line
I'll just
Extreme.
be near a toilet when I try it. I think sounds like a very relaxing thing to drink.
Don't rinse your mouth out with the caffeinated water, whatever you do.
And so, have you tried this product, Andrew? Or and did we get to the end of the news article about it? Because you left me hanging a bit.
Well, did news.com.au
I think
review
it
this
who
product?
won?
Sorry, it petered out a long
The
time ago.
journalist or the
Yeah, no,
report-
there was no
did
more.
The reporter really get stuck into the Sprite person?
Did they get a Walkley straight away, or have they got to wait for the ceremony?
Oh, look, I mean, they did criticise the drink a little bit in that they've said that it's going to come in an even more recyclable bottle than before.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the woke brigade.
Thank goodness.
Sprite bending to the woke brigade. Well, I look forward to whoever wrote that article receiving a Walkley Award for best promotional article.
Yeah, it's put me in the mood for a particularly lemony Sprite, I must say.
I've got another article here actually from news.com today that I wanted to mention today. I think it's, if you don't mind me asking, it's also from news.com today.
So we're only
It's
doing
wonderful
breaking news today. Is this what's going
it's
on?
wonderful news. This is the big news day.
This is very news heavy, this episode.
And if it wasn't exciting enough to have Sprite with added caffeine, McDonald's is giving away, because they're kind people, they're giving away chicken-inspired Ugg boots that are the textures of nuggets and arrive in a giant sauce carton.
The texture of...
And they're only available for 6 hours. They're called Nuggies. Think you see what they did there? Ugg Nuggies.
Nugget, and they're the texture of chicken nuggets.
The texture of nuggets.
This is what I think every time I sink my teeth into a Macca's chicken nugget. I do think, I'd love this on my feet.
I quote from news.com.au, these booties have been designed to resemble chicken nuggets right down to the texture, according to the fast food giant. And news.com.au editorialises a claim that feels impossible yet intriguing.
I must say, every time I eat a chicken nugget, I go, this tastes like an Ugg boot. So it does actually...
Yes, I feel somebody was wearing it on their feet, usually.
They looked down and went, wait a minute, this is a new product.
Yeah, was that what these... Some of these Ugg boots are, they're just chicken nuggets in their original form. This is how they normally start out before they slice them up.
Before they were originally shoes.
Well, yes, there are only 50 pairs of these free nuggies to give away, apparently.
Oh.
Because the rest of the stock's just being delivered straight to restaurants for frying. Wow. And this is the other exciting point here, that they say it's only the second chicken-inspired footwear after KFC hit the fashion runways back in 2020 with a team up with Crocs. Who would have thought there was a way of making Crocs less fashionable? It was
KFC Crocs.
A KFC Croc that basically it looked like a Croc strapped to a box of KFC to make a platform shoe. It was called the Bucket Clog.
No wonder I've seen so many people wearing bucket clogs lately. It must have been a huge hit.
I just can't believe more fast food. I mean, why have there not been sort of cheeseburger shoes which just ooze tomato sauce all over the floor or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right, Dommy. I'd like to see more fast food shoes. I would.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some Taco Bell shoes.
And you could what you could do
pizza,
is
Domino's.
You could get the Nando's Bondi Burger chicken patty, and they wouldn't work at all for shoes because they're so fucking small all the time.
I think you've confused your brands there, Charles. I'm pretty sure the Bondi Burger's an Porto thing.
Yeah, no, it's the Porto.
Well, you talk about size, but I do feel there is something in the Domino's pizza as a snowshoe.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would work.
Surely you could just get a full Red Rooster barbecued chicken and just take the innards out of it and put your foot in there.
And get around in a couple of barbecue chooks.
That would be good for ice skating or something like that because it'd be very slippery. You just slip around.
And melt the ice.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have a daily news podcast dealing with
Yes, I
these.
feel we've covered the news, and that's it.
That's all that's happening. There's no climate change news or anything like that we.
No climate change. No complete rebooting of the workplace system. No endemic problems in school of message boards with horrible abuse going. It's all about the new flavours of Sprite. Thank you, news.com.au for that. Gears from Road with part of the Acast Credit Network, and we'll catch you tomorrow or whenever there's exciting new fast food news.
Cool.